remaining.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to game number 2 in this 2-game series between Gigabyte, Mineski, and First Departure in DotaPit, Southeast Asia. We had some issues earlier, so the first game was actually delayed by an hour. So if you're just tuning in, you haven't missed the entire series. You have missed Mineski, though, taking advantage of First Departure's Earth Spirit, which didn't quite work out the way that they maybe planned, and win the game on top of a pretty decent teamfight draft. So, yeah, Modpac's joining me once again. Welcome. Do a quick recap of that last game. Hello? Modpac's no. No.
Hey, sorry. I had it muted for a moment there. No, I would say just a little bit odd the drafting. I mean, it's 6.86. Everyone's feeling it out here, so they're thinking about going for the first pick, Earth Spirit, and we had like a ban on the Terrorblade and stuff, but no one really knows how potent they're going to end up being. So I think the whole idea, and we actually see this a lot, is these whole teamfight oriented drafts actually do tend to come out at the start of a patch. Just teams looking to rely on, like, okay, we're just going to group up and fight. Like, we know what these abilities do. It's going to be fine. So I just like that Mineski went for something that's more classic. And, well, they're actually going to end up banning out the Gyro and the Darkseer this time. So one from each of the past lineups.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can definitely understand going for these kind of team fights. Just because that's where you can really rely on your mechanics the most. Right? The mechanics is something that just don't quite change as much as just the strategy and the tactics involved. From patch to patch, so it can always work out. But this game, they go for the Tusk, one of the stronger heroes in 6.85, and he hasn't actually been changed all that much, I believe.
Nah, it's not bad. It's just a little bit of damage nerfs and the snowball radius and stuff, so it's fine. But how about some Miracle Terrorblade? This is what we come for.
Absolutely. Terrorblade, it's been so long since I've actually seen him be played. At all, much less in Captain's mode, and now him finally being in there without any extra changes. Yeah, really great to see him. It's not even being played in pubs right now. I mean, maybe that's because he's bad, or maybe that's just because people aren't playing him right. We'll see what First Departure want to do with him now.
I mean, Miracle is just like, he's the king. Like, he's the ultimate rat. He's his most played hero ever is Naga. And he's got like a 70% win rate on Naga. Like, he's the king. He averages almost 400 last hits per game every time he plays the hero over almost 50 games. So that's insane. Wow. So I'm really excited to see what he can do with Terrorblade, especially this new one. Like, I've seen some people going for the max reflection in a more combat style build, going for a lot of still the same kind of stat heavy build up in terms of items and everything, of course, because of your illusions and stuff. But I'm expecting a lot of map control and maybe even a little bit of like generally, you're looking for like 4 really mid-game oriented heroes just to provide the space for the Terrorblade. So maybe just people who can fight around and create that space for him.
Yeah, I mean, there seems to be 2 ways that you play him. One is kind of the Naga style, that is actually kind of hard to go on because of the Thunder as well as the Metamorphosis, because you can just fight much easier than a Naga can, even without too many items. Then there's the other way where you can as I said, you just max Reflection, which is an AoE now, so that's everyone that you in the target area, and it's actually quite a decent team fight control ability, right? If you max it out with the slow, you can sort of spam it out, a 16-second cooldown. Does some good amount of damage here, at least 100% here from the illusions. 5.5 seconds, 25% slow. I mean, it's not bad by any means in my book.
No, I can definitely see it. It's certainly a viable build. It just depends on, I guess, what you're going to be up against and certainly who's playing it. But for this one now, fans on the Earth Spirit this time, they still don't want to deal with it. It's like, he's pretty annoying. And then the Zeus with his fancy new portrait going to get banned out. No one going to be able to show off their new Arcanas.
Is that actually going to be a new portrait for everyone or just for the Arcana?
Everyone. So it always looks like that now.
Wow.
Because he's a boss now.
Well, it's this redesign that we were hoping for, I guess.
Yep.
It's just Mario style, but well, he still has his taunt, I suppose.
That's true.
That's Mario ding. But yeah, Vengeful Spirit going to be the next play for First Departure. So yeah, you do actually think that it'll be a core Venge, as some European CS and CIS teams try to test it out, or whether that'll be kind of a standard Vengeful Spirit support.
It definitely could be core, simply because she's pretty good at fighting early, but in terms of the way that she'd have to fit into the laning phase, unless it's going to be like a mid-Terrorblade, which isn't that unusual, and certainly something that Miracle might look towards. Um, with the Wind Ranger, I don't know if they'll go back for something like with maybe. They go with the Magnus. It really depends on how Miracle's gonna lane this terribly, because I'm looking towards like, do you want to go like a TA or something, and then like throw that in the mid lane. She can kind of build into some items to deal with the Wind Ranger, even though early on it's kind of a pain. But now you've got the Magnus, so now you're gonna look for your own Juggernaut, back on your own team. Throw the Magnus in the off lane, Terrorblade mid.
Just something out of the blue. Terrorblade, a bunch of illusions. Magnus Agnums.
There you go.
Synergy right there. That's actually one of these things we could say we could reasonably make the case for an Agnum Scepter above something like a Refresher Orb from Magnus. I think a power should affect illusions as well, right? Shouldn't it?
I think his is a little bit better than the. It should.
One.
Well, actually, it would only be. I think it says Radiant Heroes. I think.
That's
I'll have to check though, actually. But one thing that's. Oh, they're gonna ban out the Disruptor. Yeah, maybe it is gonna be the Juggernaut.
It's definitely Wraith King now, and not a lot of mana burn right now in the first departure, unless you want to go for something like a Diffusal Blade on a Terror Blade, which is doable, I suppose.
I was wondering if they might go for the Spirit Breaker rather than the Disruptor, just to keep track of the Terror Blade. It can always be very useful. And then they're gonna go for the Bat Rider. Okay, so we'll be the support Venge, Dazzle, Terror Blade, probably in the safe lane. Magnus mid, Bat off.
Yep.
Okay.
It would definitely be the standard lanes, and we talked about in the last game with Tide Hunter being picked up for the off lane, being able to have easy access to that to the extra hard camp. But it was actually blocked out starting off from FD as the Titan was on Mineski, so maybe Mineski want to do something similar just to pay them back to some degree. But it's going to be Earthshaker to round out their lineup, so more lockdown. And with that, they have a pretty decent teamfight combo here. Ancient Apparition, Earthshaker, good initiation there. Wraith King there to brawl, Windrunner to do the extra damage, and Tusk just to add a little bit of brawling potential too, and some extra control. Kind of like Mineski's lineup. First departure, it seems like they have to make sure not to get rumbled too early, and kind of rely on the Batrider to find pickoffs, extend the game, and also rely on Magnus to find some good RPs. And other than that, just on a Terrorblade to survive, which the Dazzle will be able to help with, and Vengeful Spirit also to some degree. And apart from that, just get huge.
Yeah, I'm also quite liking their draft as well. Looks like there's the server issues may have returned.
Oh, I have 322 ping.
Excellent. Should be a good sign for the rest of the game.
Gonna rehosting. Alright. Let's just check with the admin if it's actually the case. So. Remake ? Looks like it. So.
It's disconnecting. But I'm gonna wait till someone leaves the game because Earthshaker's back now.
I'm just waiting on word from the admin, but yeah, what do you think about? Oh, that's the lobby host at least. But yeah, Dino's saying we are remaking.
Okay.
So I'm gonna switch back to the splash screen. Disconnect. Okay.
Damn you, Reborn.
Yeah. Always puts in first when you're first in the lobby.
Uh-oh. Now it's doing its thing.
Technically, you're supposed to be able to click on this camera icon.
What server are we in? Singapore?
Singapore, yeah.
It's not showing up right now. It's not showing up for me. Please don't be like this now.
On your friends list, you should be able to see it either way.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, join lobby. There we go. That's the only way I can see it, apparently. Don't want to miss the lobby here. Okay, we're good.
Alright, so yeah, we're having a quick remake here. FD is still missing one guy to join the lobby, and then we should be back in with an all-pick repick on the same kind of heroes, so as you would expect. And hopefully we get a better server this time, because apparently the last one was too bad for the players, right? And Well, don't want to play with 500 ping.
Generally not too much fun. So
It's my least favorite thing to do. So hey, everyone's ready. Like that will not be a long waiting time. So if you still remember heroes, I mean, we talked about the Radiant's kind of lane situation with Terrorblade in one position. What do you actually think about Mineski? How are they actually gonna go shape up?
well, they've got the Wind Ranger for the mid, and then of course Renting will be in the safe lane, and then Bat Rider should be getting quite a bit of good amounts of farm. So, oh wait, sorry, I've got that one mixed up. It's the Earthshaker, but the Earthshaker in the off lane, like he can't do jungles quite like, of course, some of these other offlaners that we've been seeing today, like the Tidehunter and the Darkseer, the Bat Rider, and yada yada yada. But simply because you've got the split pushing Terrorblade, one of the best heroes in the game to have up against that is actually Earthshaker, especially in a core role. So if he can get like just smoke up, run past some of these illusions as you're trying to snipe who the real one is, and if you ever catch Terrorblade, because he's always gonna be next to creep, and he always has a low HP pool for the first like 20 minutes of the game, you can annihilate him with Echo Slam with the early levels you get. So I'm expecting to see a lot of points put into Aftershock, and then even possibly a couple in Enchant Totem, like kind of run like maybe the 1 point Fisher build, depends. But a lot of points in the Aftershock early. I'd like to see at least 2 points when he starts roaming around trying to find this Terrorblade. Because if you let him get out of control, he is so hard to find. It's like impossible to track down the real Terrorblade as he moves around the jungle, and Miracle's a master of it. So I'm expecting a hard time here for Mineski, but one shackle as well can always spell his demise too. So
Yep, kind of thing. One thing I'm wondering is with the Wraith King, that's I've kind of been trained to always have an aggressive tri lane in the back of my mind. Can I actually pull it off here? I mean, they do have the Tusk that can kind of fill that role as extra lockdown, and they do have the Ancient Apparition for some extra damage with the Chilling Touch. Is that actually viable here against Terrorblade? I mean, it doesn't have the biggest laning presence early on.
well, it's always viable when you have Ancient Apparition, but at the same time, Dazzle's also like this is probably I'd say they're kind of equal. If anything, Dazzle might actually come out on top in terms of tri lane prowess. So it's risky, but in completion, I don't know. Those are both Venge and Dazzle, of course, two great tri-lane heroes. Maybe, well, let's say it won't be anyway, because Ryer's already come down with the Sentry and Observer to try and deal with this. Oh, look at this. He's taking the new high-efficiency route. Oh, wait, no, he's not. He's just going the rune. I thought he was, like, taking this new set of stairs. He's out of here already.
Just place that boon ward here, and it keeps vision of both paths into the river. At least. So it doesn't actually keep tabs on the actual offlane itself. So he's kind of giving his potential. Hey, he's an Earthshaker. He can just fisher up the creep wave. Make sure he gets his levels that way. It's probably a safer way to lane this. Make sure the Earthshaker gets something. Make sure that your Wraith King gets the farm that he needs to get up to. Yeah, what's this world gonna be? Like that quick armlet build maybe? Quick blink dagger, these kind of things.
Yeah, probably Blade Mail, Blink Dagger. Possibly, it depends. Like if you're, it's so hard in some of these games. Like, do you think you need to go a Midas? And it's such a hard time to decide. Like, if your lane just goes amazing early on, like maybe you pick off the Bat Rider twice, then like certainly yeah, grab a Midas. But other than that, when you're up against the Terrorblade, especially one of Miracle, you're just thinking like, oh god, we do not want this to go late. Like the game gets so much harder the longer it goes, and maybe I don't want to commit that gold into a Midas. I want to put it into some more action items, like get a faster Blade Mail, Blink Dagger, so that I can take down the other 4 heroes on the side of First Departure.
Alright guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome. My name is Dragon Job, I'm joined by Modpax, and this is game 2 of this 2-game series in DotaPit SEA, Mineski versus First Departure. The rune spawns, no contest, just straight up 1-4 trade, and take a look at the lineups here. Jesse Bash already playing with fire already, almost, an Ancient Apparition. There's gonna be Jules supporting on that 4 position Tusk, Raging Potato on the 1 position Wraith King in the middle lane. We've got Cuckoo matching up on the Windrunner, and that leaves the off lane to that solo Earthshaker played by Ryer. Oh god, that's all I can say.
Yeah, you just kind of YOLO it. I don't know why. Ryer. It's like a
so
semi-demented lion or something.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have Miracle. It'll be on his famous rat hero. It'll be the Terrorblade this time. It'll be Lubby, the Dazzle. Gonna be Kai on your Vengeful Spirit. Cal holding up the mid lane here, having some trouble against Cuckoo. Gotta watch over that power shot there, but he's on the Magnus. And then in the off lane this time, it'll be Wedding Crash on the Bat Rider. So he was our Juggernaut last time. As you can see, the role swaps of the Earth Shaker, or the Earth Spirit rather, have been reversed finally.
So just clearing out some camps even to.
Hey.
Why is he doing that? Can you actually right click across the ancients from here if you play the trees?
Oh my god, they did it again.
They blocked it. Okay, yes.
He blocked it again on accident.
Oh no, it's his own sentry. Oh.
And he's like pinging it just like it's not spying. He's like, oh my god, I did it again.
Oh no.
Oh jeez. That's so bad. That's actually awful. Like he gimped himself twice. Or it was the Tide Hunter last time, wasn't it?
Ryer?
Yeah, and that was actually on
Ryer,
yeah.
bottom lane. He's taking so much damage here. They're diving for him. He's sitting in the trees. They can't
Juke?
find him. The
he
tower,
came out.
Tower not quite strong enough to actually kill anyone before they find him inside the trees. Well, they'll play. First blood's still going their way though. And no, Wedding Crash up in the top lane. What? It's the fairy fire.
I guess they thought he was gonna die.
That was an easy
unfortunate.
kill with just Task going in. He had plenty of health, I believe. Just go in for an extra right click under the tower, but well, well, this is not stun. Ancient Aberration comes in from the side, so they will make sure that mistake is rectified at the very least.
I gotta say, it's pretty disappointing to see both teams immediately block off that camp with the sentry. Like, it's just so crucial to have this available to you, and twice now we've seen teams just kill it for themselves. Like, they need to be looking this kind of stuff up. Of course, they'll know it in a few weeks and stuff, but, you know.
Well, last time at least it was the opposing team that blocked it off. And
no, it was... Ryor blocked it off himself last time with, like, the sentry ward, too, though. Like, he tried to deward it, and then he got the observer, but he killed it for himself, too. In, like, the exact same spot.
Wasn't there a sentry that they blocked it off with right here?
Yeah, but then he killed the sentry, and then his own sentry was still blocking the camp. So it's just like both teams have now made the exact same mistake where they're just losing this for such an extended period of time, and it's so much of your net worth as an offlaner.
Yeah.
Like he would be level 2 and probably a half right now if he had that camp.
Yep. Well, then there's always the matter of being able to farm, and Bad Rider needs a couple of levels to begin with to actually do that effectively. So it's kind of a. But yeah, your point of course holds true. But hey, yeah, it's a new patch. Teams are learning where these new ward spots are, and there's a bunch of them, of course. And now, what's going on there? Burning Crash trying to juke it out. Jesse Vash, though, he knows what's up. I'm trying to make his own juking spot into the trees, but
he's got
still in trouble.
Might have to wait till the snowball goes.
At least the ice shots will lock Jesse Vash and Jules out for long enough that he can get out in peace. I'm really confused as to what's happening in this game so far. The sentries and with the dives and with the kills and not kills. Speaking of dives, they're zoning out the Earthshaker down here in the bottom. Putting on some early aggression to this tower.
Yeah, and there's not much you can really do as an Earthshaker against this. One of the things that people have kind of held up against Earthshaker and been like, you know, one of the issues he definitely has in the offlane still right now.
Magnus has an arcane rune.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, this mid matchup we haven't actually talked too much about it. Obviously favored to Cuckoo, just because of being ranged, but
Ryor's bottom lane, he is dead.
Hello.
Just reflection into stuns, but
Jules has a snowball, has a chance. We'll get Kai, but no, it doesn't have mana. Angle comes out and almost got the stun off, but under the tower with the creep wave in. Maybe not the best idea to go on that any further. Being said, Miracle still had his metamorphosis going.
Yeah, they want to get some damage on this tower as fast as possible. And well, for the mid matchup that you were mentioning there, it's definitely it definitely does favor Cuckoo Sim because range it makes it a lot easier. Wow, what a stack! And you have to remember this stack has no defensive auras, right? So you can still nuke these stacks down, and that's why I think you're seeing a lot more attention placed on it. So stacking's not totally dead, it's just the large camps that are dead, but the medium camps, stack the hell out of these things still.
Yep.
They're not going to be any slower to do, but Magnus, like, he can spam so hard in the lane, like, with Bottle Crow and everything like that. you're basically guaranteed to get good farm. And although he is 600
Radiant's top
below
tower is
the
under
Wind Ranger,
attack.
he'll take it. And again, Ryor goes down.
Okay, fine. But it's
Not much
also
there.
it's the Arcane Rune. He had one before, and that did put his Shockwave down to 45 mana cost. I mean, it's not just effective for the mid lane itself, but you would imagine it also to be effective for just farming up these stacks. But if Cuckoo had
Yeah.
that Force Power Shot, it would be like 60 mana.
Yeah,
Not a whole
that'd
lot,
actually
and the
be
cooldown too.
insane. Wow, 30% less cooldown. Wow, that rune is going to change a lot. I'm expecting we'll probably see some changes to it because usually, they usually come in a little bit heavy.
Yep.
But
There's a Midas that you were
Midas.
talking about on Rive King. Just cut it
yeah,
out.
I think that makes sense.
Yep.
Like the Bat Rider has nothing. He hasn't been able to slow down the farm at all. He's finally getting a little bit of space here, but he's level 6.
Hang on bottom lane, there's a fight.
Yeah.
You will find Jules here with a stun and a lot of damage. He still has Snowball, but just only force him closer back into his death. Not sure what he was doing there. Maybe trying to interrupt the pull? It's not easy to do up against a Vengeful Spirit like that.
No. Oh, they actually are stacking up the large
Bat Rider.
so.
It's got the tail end of that. Teleport comes in from Miracle. Looks like he might want to get a counter kill here.
That's
Slows
a
down
free kill.
Vash and oh, look at the damage here from the Metamorphosis.
Oh, it's level 2 Shackle. Oh, she's gonna TP out. She's leaving him to die. Nah, she was dead anyway with the Magnus. So
It's a worth a trade. At the end of the day, it's only an ancient apparition. Sure, you want to get to level 6 as soon as possible. It's actually lagging behind a little bit, but considering that your Windrunner and your Wraith King are doing so well, you can sort of get away with him being a little bit behind. And now you might actually get the Magnus. He's just goes out. Okay. No follow-up lockdown, and it comes in time.
Ryor is really poor.
That's kind of the sacrifice.
So
that
is
they
the Bat
put.
Rider, to be fair. They basically traded off like the same amount of poorness and oh. these new stacks, man, gotta figure this stuff out.
Yeah. He's like flying all over the place, just saying, alright, they changed the trees, just burning them down anyway. Just get rid of the trees, I don't want change.
Yeah, that might be the best path to
Radiant's
this.
top
tower is under attack.
But yeah, if you want to compare the offlaners, Ryor, he at least got many more levels than Wedding Crash has been able to do. He's still sitting at level 3.5, whereas Ryor, he's getting closer to level 6. So,
Yeah, and they should. Wraith King actually is pretty handy as an Earthshaker. Like, if he goes down in a fight, you can kind of like suddenly run out of the fog as Earthshaker. Maybe after throwing out a couple fissures already in the fight, and with the slow placed on the enemy, if he died in the middle of them, you can get off a decent echo without having a blink dagger early on. So might be something he can look towards here. And he's done a great job. The fact that he's held this tower, pretty impressive, honestly.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All right, well here comes the smoke gank. And Lubby is very dead.
he's trying to dewarp, there's a Shackle, that's a fall. Can't even get the Shellgrave off. Poor guy in Miracle, well, doesn't have the Metamorphosis. There's a fissure, but Cuckoo's getting close. Does not have another Shackle for, but only in a second, so it's not gonna be quite enough. They could have gotten that kill too, that would have been amazing, but as it stands, they're gonna take what they can get. Make sure that you at least force them out of lane.
Raging Potato dove top, but didn't end up quite getting the kill. He'll just walk out. Midas is one of the creeps.
Oh hey, you finally unlocked your camp. Let me
Yeah,
take some of that.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Alright, well they gotta be careful of this focus fire too in the mid. Stack it up with the chilling touch. It's pretty nice. Like it's almost immediate, the 150 damage nuke. He only has a single point in it though.
Really?
Going for the 2 points in the ice vortex, interesting.
That is interesting. Normally you see the value point into it, as well as go 3, and then just max out the chilling touch, but
Oh, blink bot.
there it is.
That makes it easy.
Yeah.
Was it worth your life?
That poor Earthshaker, he's kind of punching back. He's got level 6 though, but he used his own ultimate there, so he's not gonna have that available afterwards.
What hit them?
After respawns, and that should be dead tier 1 at the same time. And on top lane though, we have Raging Potato also trying to trade it out, but he doesn't push quite as fast. And Mr. Julso in the middle lane. Catch out the Bat Rider, we'll also see Kai. Does need some help though, and that comes in the shape of Cuckoo. Let's have to find an angle. Looks like FD, either they're just naturally moving the way that they are, or they know
Oh,
what's
such
going
good
on.
power shot. Oh.
Value.
What a catch is like, ah, seriously?
Radiant's top
That's a hard
tower is
life.
under attack.
Kai, careful.
Oh, there's a stun coming out, but can't actually go. Doesn't have the swap to get it back out of position. There's still
Radiant's
juice.
top
I have
tower
blink
is under
skewer,
attack.
Creep see him now.
Yeah, it's a good point. Magnus has been able to get his blink, which is pretty good
Radiant's
timing
top
considering
tower
that
is
he
under
was
attack.
up against the Windrunner. Does strengthen the shockwave in general.
Yeah, and then, well, with that kill on the Earthshaker too, it means he's even closer to Arcanes, so he's ready to
Radiant structures
get this all
are
done here.
fortified.
And trying to force off Raging Potato, but he's having none of this. He's just gonna get himself this tower and get the hell out. And he's got Blink if he wants it, or he could just buy his Blade Mail at the shop. This lineup,
I kind of like
I
the
think-
blink more, especially since the Earthshaker is so far behind, and you kind of want your initiation.
Yeah, I could go either way. I could see the Blade Mail being good simply because it adds int, and honestly, it's pretty hard on Wraith King sometimes to make sure you can get off enough stuns, and being careful and cautious toggling your int treads and everything like that. You're really gonna maximize every point. It will increase your farm speed too. Whereas the Blink, like, of course, is gonna help set up shackles for your Wind Ranger, helps them initiate fights. So, yeah, either one will be fine. And ooh, actually, is he going straight Radiance?
Dire's middle
Could
tower
be, I
is
mean,
Except
he's-
2,700 gold.
He's saving up money, and they do have the Shadowblade now, the Windrunner, so that kind of solves the initiation troubles that they had so far. Windrunner with a Shadowblade, I haven't actually seen that in a long time. Normally it's just
That's
a
some
straight up
FRL
axe.
Dota right there, man. That's that's the only person I think of every freaking game.
That's
That
the
guy
Radiant
spams
Sentry Ward, but
Windrunner.
it won't help the lobby actually. He gets a Shockwave buff, and yeah, the ultimate will not land. There's actually the turnaround with the RP. Cuckoo, follow-up stun with Kai. They're just trying to control him up. Stick charges will keep him alive for the time being. Swap back out. Now Raging Potato looking for a target going. That's gonna be Wedding Crash, but not enough to save Cuckoo. Jesse already used his ultimate. Nice pushback here on the Wraith King. Has another stun though. He gets it off. Oh, Wedding Crash. He's so low. You can't see him. They can't bring him down. And meanwhile, the fight goes back. Ancient Apparition will fall as Miracle joins with the burst damage. And now Raging Potato, he's actually dead. Might be dead a second time here. That's an empowered up Terrorblade with his Metamorphosis
done?
going, but hey, there's the Raya coming in, there's the Echo Slam, they're controlling him up, but the Sunder doesn't get it off, or can he? He does! Wraith King with his second life, giving it over to Miracle unwittingly, and Jolts should be the fifth one on the list. It's 5-man wipe in favor of FD. And that's a lot of momentum going their way.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah, they
attack.
didn't quite get the synergy going on that chain. So the Miracle should have been brought down there without getting off Sunder. There's like no way he should have got Sunder.
Yeah.
But that whole thing just started out so
Oh,
awkward.
Shackle the ultimate on everyone! Cal will be the first one to fall. Cuckoo might actually be able to snipe off Kai here with the help of the Ancient Apparition coming in. Power shot. I did not see that coming there. I was
No,
kind of
that's
thinking
the-
that Windrunner was out of the picture, but he respawned early as he was the first one going down.
Yeah, that was really well executed there. But it all started. I thought that Ice Blast hit Lubby, man, right at the start. As he was TPing, it was so close, like just by the pixel.
Yeah, a
So,
little bit too far north, and yeah, if that hit him, then he would have died in Fountain, no matter what happens. Fortunate to say the best. And yeah, that was kind of what started off to be, or was supposed to be, a quick little pick-off on the back of the fresh Shadowblade pickup, and it kind of turned into a team fight where both sides came in one by one, and FD just getting the upper hand. Alright, so
I think it's still just get that Blink Dagger for everywhere. Doesn't really have to worry about his Tranquils, Arcanes, any of that crap. Just get Blink
Yeah.
Dagger. They really need it. The Wraith King, he's definitely must be going for the Radiance at this point. I can't see anything else that it would be.
Radiant's bottom
It's
tower
pretty
classic
is under
item.
attack.
Courier's on the way now to the secret shop. Probably be the play. He also has a smoke, so maybe Mineski wants to do something soon to try and create some more space, actually finish up the recipe in due time. But there's a Blink Dagger also, we're talking about it, but the Batrider gets it before the Earthshaker. Obviously with... he hasn't really gotten his levels up in his top lane, but he hasn't died too much either in the lane. At least not as much as Earthshaker has.
Yeah, we haven't quite seen the big plays from him yet, but of course, the Blink Dagger slightly changes things for a Bat Rider these days, and help propel him towards something like a 4 staff. And it's hard without all the stacks and everything, so it's not that surprising it's going to be around 15 minutes, but expect him to, you know, kind of come online now, and we'll see what kind of plays he's able to make. Probably the main target, I would have to say the Wind Ranger at this point. You don't really want to be pulling in that Wraith King, I don't think.
Yeah. Not if he has his ultimates at the ready, and yeah, that's as easy of setup as it gets for a good AA Ice Blast. Now Shaker does a smoke up from FD. They'll find Jesse Bash here near the, as well as Raging Potato actually, near the
Oh, they're gonna come out with this haste rune, and the DD still active on the Wind Ranger.
There it is. He has a skewer back onto Raging Potato. They don't quite want to kill him.
This is gonna be so close!
Oh, the Fisher!
no!
They get it though. But Miracle picks it up. He picked up the Aegis, and yeah, the Roshan kill goes
Yeah,
to
he saw the kill
the
too.
Radiant after all. Oh no. There's...
So Tusk was killed by Roshan, but he did get the kill on the Wind Ranger, the Rosh, and the Aegis. So that's a pretty big win there for first departure, I think.
Yeah, that was really odd, to say the least. And they tried to commit on that Roche, as you would kind of expect. But FD's movements there as well, they do claim the life of the ultimate from Raging Potato. There's a nice little Ice Blast sits on everyone actually now. Might be the opening to turn around. There's the Shallow Grave, but Lobby will still end up taking out after the fact. Just TP even gets cancelled. Raging Potato ends up dying a second time though. And there's the follow-up stun. Oh, Lobby actually stays alive at the end of it all. And there's the RP on 2. They should just be able to bring them down. There was a smoke used for no reason whatsoever. That's the Ancient Apparition. Next one to fall. Cuckoo in the same time in mid, just having trouble dealing with this illusion. From the reflection now, and they get the tower deny. But at what cost? Cal looking for another blink in there. Well, might get the blink in onto Ryuri here. Yes, the skewer will miss. Doesn't end up mattering. Gets him close enough to get the right click. As well as point blank shockwave in. That's his 4-staff. FD, it looks like an entirely different game here than the last one.
Yeah, they have definitely turned the tables on this one, and already up the SMY heading towards, well, probably be the Scotty, unless he just wants to go the Manta. Either one, honestly, is pretty fine on Miracle here. Eventually, you most likely are going to get both, so it's kind of preference. Actually, Manta seems really good now that you have Shackle, you know, Disjointable, the stun. I'm kind of digging the Manta here.
Yeah. He's sitting on top of the network charts, he can buy whatever he really wants to, and Wraith King doesn't have that Radiance quite yet. Of course, with him being the focus of the last couple of that last team fight, unable to farm it up in the meantime, and that's one thing that can help deal with the illusions. But at the same time, there are going to be so many of them that is going to be Manta that some of these illusions not actually connecting with their shots isn't going to end up mattering all that much. That's the Blink Dagger finally for the Earthshaker, and that always has the potential to turn around. There's a snowball here on the actual Miracle. He's actually dropping quite low, and that's the Aegis going. Look at this! Did you see that? Did you see that?
Sort of, like half.
It was,
I caught the tail end of it.
That was the Aegis effect. Was kind of flipped 90 degrees in mid-air thanks to the punch. This Miracle died mid-punch. That looked hilarious. Never seen that before. Yeah, that's a Radiance now, so... Yeah, is that actually going to be enough to help Mineski now take these next couple team fights, the Radiance, together with the Blink on Earthshaker?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if it'll be enough.
TP
Oh,
comes
we'll
in,
find
looks
out
like
here.
they want to find out. Yeah, Raging Potato. Got on front line, does have his ultimate going, and, well, keeps himself alive. Kite, first one to fall, Mimir back. Do get a punch up in someone else. Nice little Shackle though on 2. Swap out, that won't stop with power shots connecting. 2 down now since Kai and Cal. Goku doesn't really want to commit the Raging Potato. Where the hell is he going? He's just trying to keep them away, I guess, just to make sure that the Bat Rider can get brought down in peace. But that was the second lap already. That's gonna come back, and now Miracle trying to turn on the pressure. And that's not the real one, Cuckoo. That is not the real one. He will realize his mistake. There's the Fisher though, as help arrives. Miracle gets a shot of Great though, enough time to get the Thunder off onto
what a
Ryder.
combo!
Now the turnaround. That's the Earthshaker going down. The Shackle will connect this time, but Cuckoo out of mana, out of focus fire even. And Miracle just turns it on. The damage is real, and once again they don't quite find the real one.
He can fight.
Yeah, it's not the Shallow Grave, and that's a triple kill for him. Snowball comes out, one shots will be used, and Jules, well, nowhere for him to go anyway, so that'll be another kill. Going the way FD, triple for Miracle alone. Oh, what was that fight?
Well, it started out. I understand what the thought process was. Like the Bat Rider went up ahead because he was trying to stop the blinks from the Earthshaker as well as the initiation from the Tusk because they were kind of like in the back line back there. But then the rest of your fight's occurring up here, so like you're missing out on this big lockdown that you need on heroes like the Wind Rage and everything like that. So you lose your team. But then Miracle cleans it up, so everything's okay. That's pretty much how it went.
It's all in the back of the Shellgrave though. I mean, it was nerfed a little bit, but if you have enough time to get it off, of course, it's still as effective as it was. It gave him enough time to make sure that he got the Thunder off. That's what allowed him to keep fighting along with the stick charges, so yeah. Miracle picks himself up the Skadi now as a direct result of that, and yeah, it's getting closer to that unstoppable territory with the help that he has already.
Yeah, he's kind of terrifying. Oh, I just noticed Dazzle has an Iron Talon. Is that his?
Yeah, looks
It
like
is too. I thought maybe he like picked it up as the I guess it's a decent way to keep your farm speed up, honestly. Taking away the 40% of a creep's HP
Oh,
every, what is it,
yeah.
12 seconds or something? Or 14 seconds?
Oh, Raging Potato. There's weave coming out of him, as well
10
as
seconds.
the Lasso.
It'll be
and
ulti.
Kai's there as well. They're not committing quite as
What's
much.
gonna be close? 5, 4, 3.
There's Yakasam though in the back, hits on 3. There's the Ice Blast coming in as well. Will hit on Kai as well as Miracle, but he just turns him down. There's the ultimate being used. Earthshaker also falling, and now it's Miracle in the front lines. And yeah, they will lock him down with a stun. Swap out though, keep him safe a little while longer. Jules still connected on.
Nice.
There's the RP, running right into that one. Jules and Kuku both, but they just don't have the space to follow up on a Miracle. That's been trying to stay alive, and the power shot will barely miss as a result. Another shackle here on the last one remaining. Miracle not out of the woods quite yet. He's just being slowed down. Jesse Bash gets the kill. That's 1,000 gold going his way, going towards his Agnum Scepter most likely, and that's a turnaround that I did not quite expect. I mean, it's just. Why did they not commit everything that they had on the Wraith King when they had the chance? Did they not time his ultimate correctly?
I think they were just afraid that they were so close to that tier 1 that they didn't want to like commit everything and then have the rest of the team come in. But really, it was really well played by Miracle. He got a 6 under off to even stay alive after that Echo Slam and take down Royora. But yeah, they just made a couple mistakes there, and it looks like Raging Potato will end up paying. That's a big mistake on his part too, because that's a gem.
So,
That's huge. That's like, just slap that on your Bat Rider now, and it's like, oh man, everything's well and good. It's like they didn't even lose that fight. That's 900 net worth.
And it'll also be Batrora's 4-star at the same time. So.
That's actually so good.
Almost everything that Mineski just gained, they kind of throw away part of that as well. I mean, if you look at the graphs though, still pretty even as a result of that these last couple of exchanges in terms of gold as well as experience. Yeah. The big story is still this Terrorblade, who is at a really good net worth, still farming up. Go for BKB now, and that'll stop most of what Mineski has actually.
Yeah, one of the rare items that you do see on a Terrorblade, they generally one of the heroes that loves to avoid it, but sometimes you don't have a choice. Shackle Shot and even just all the stuns from the Earthshaker and the Wraith King are pretty important to, you gotta actually stay swinging in order to produce some damage on the hero. Kind of interesting he hasn't opted for the Manta style to increase his number of illusions too.
Yeah, I mean, he went for the Sanjin Yashin instead, so I guess trying to tank himself up, just making sure that your actual hero can stay in fights a little bit longer. They're just going for the illusion play, so. Yeah, Mineski trying to stabilize now. They're trying to get their extra items up. Tusk has his mech and arcanes. Wraith King, of course, has the Radiance, the Blade Mail, and
Oh?
top lane fights. What's going on? They
Shadow
find
him,
Lobby
but-
that. No detection. There's a Shadow Blade on Kuku. Big Ice Blast coming in actually. Quite enough to actually bring down Lobby, but there's.
Wait for the
Radiance
power shot!
It's just annoying. Guess he could have gotten a Shadow Grave off to. He could have TP'd out though.
Yeah, he would just got shackled, so. What can you do? Wow, that is a lot of farm. Wow. He annihilates those stacks. The Empower.
Yeah, that's another thing that actually is an argument for making the main Terrorblades as best as it can, instead of going going for the illusion buff up primarily because you have that empower, and you probably not gonna have an Agnum Scepter on Cal anytime soon still. So even if it would work on illusions, which I'm not 100% sure about, but just
I'm
having
like
empower on
not sure
Darkblade.
specifics that says heroes, so
Yeah.
instead of allies, but we're getting ready here. This is, I wonder if they know where they are. Is the question.
It's like they're making
Oh,
a
they
beeline
saw
for it.
the
They'll find the
courier.
courier too. Yeah, we'll jump on who? He's got Jesse Vash in the back lines, being slowed down. Miracle pops the BKB, just annihilates the A straight off the bat. Now trying to fight it. There's a nice little shackle shot on two. Wedding Crash gets a shell grave protection here to stay alive for a little bit longer. And Miracle, they just have nothing to stop him. They just turn us around. Triple kill for him. That will be a fourth one once Raging Potato gets back, and this can't even.
They can probably just take mid.
Yeah, ultra kill for Miracle.
Creeps
Still has
there.
Metamorphosis for half the time remaining. Creeps are there. Yeah, that's gonna be mid tower. Possibly Rax. No
I think
buyback
it's
on
Rax.
him.
There's
Yeah.
no buyback on Wraith King. Is it ticking in? No, it's not even close. Terrorblade is back, baby!
Terrifying indeed. Yeah, just
Alright,
look at
what can
Melda's
you
tower.
do to save this game, Cuckoo?
Big Shackle, but he's lacking the damage on his own. He went for the Shadow Blade, which didn't really work out too well. He's getting the real Miracle, but there's the A Blast coming in, but he's being helped out by the Glimmer Cape, and they will now make their way back out. Jules unable to catch someone. Maybe Kai, as he sticks around for another stun, gets hit by the Fissure. And the Snowball,
They
Shadow
have the
Grave though,
Echo
and
Slam.
Force Staff, and yeah, there's the RP though, coming first. Jules and Cuckoo being brought out of position right into the loving arms of Miracle. It's 2 kills more. Actually, Lobby taking them with a Shadow Wave, it looks like, but
God.
there's another one. Last one to Jesse Vash, Ipu AA.
Ryor cannot get a blink off. Oh man, they've been doing such a good job. They've been throwing out the Wave of Terror on top of him. They've been sending the illusions on top of him. He can't blink Echo. Like, there's just no move, and he can't get within range of the Force Staff without getting stunned or swapped, and just really good control of first departure here of the Earthshaker, and just showing like some serious prowess and some game knowledge and how to deal with it.
Game is hard. As they will now claim Roshan as the next prize. They're not as quick as they. What am I saying? It's Miracle. He has some power. It's quick enough, I suppose. Wave of Terror to get that extra bit of minus armor, and FD, they're now well ahead. That Gold Graph should take up to about the 10k mark after that. Experience similar kind of story, and Raging Potato, yeah, better blink out. Don't want to go into that right now. Miracle still finds him. Chases him off at the very least. Okay, just walking, There's a stun, there's the blink, Skewer back, and Raging Potato has his ultimate. But Mineski, they will have to fight it now. Ryor has to find his Echo Slam if they want to continue. But actually, Raging Potato is still alive, there's his ultimate now. And FD dropping quite low, not low enough. There's the blink lasso onto Jules, that'll be the next target. This one will be the first casualty of this particular exchange. No buyback on him either, and maybe that's the ticket for FD to not just finish up this range tracks, but also go straight to the bottom lane.
Oh, we're gonna get the vengeance illusion now. This should be exciting.
Alright, yeah. He was working on the axe, he has it now. So watch out for Kai dying.
Hey, he has Butterfly and Sanj. Where was your Dragon Lance, man? Come on, Miracle. Where's your efficiency, dude? Could have had Dragon Lance this whole time. So does. Oh yes, I saw this. It was because I'm a Bat Rider player myself.
Yeah.
And the range of Lasso is so good now.
So I was wondering when he would pick that up actually, because well, lasso range was nerfed a couple of patches ago. It's now being able to unnerf it in a way, but there's a fight trying to go for the skew out. It's actually, yeah, nice force stop to get him back. Raging Potato goes in here, but the Ice Blast will not end anything. Cal being kept alive, now Miracle. Well, he can just thunder Raging Potato now, and oh wow. Instantly brought down after his ultimate brings him back to life. Another swap, Jules just being right-clicked from the low ground. Goku will make his way back out, but what can they really do? Another blink, another stun, but that's about everything Raging Potato can offer. Miracle's still going down. They're trying to kite him, it's just not possible. Not for long, anyway.
Kai's doing his best here to make a vengeance illusion.
Yes. Please kill me, guys.
Yeah, he got it. He lost his gem though.
Oh well. Ultra kill for Miracle once again, and that's the GG well played being called Rampage to finish up the game, so at least they give us that, but yeah. FD, they show up in game number 2 after losing game 1 to Mineski. 30-minute victory here, so it's a 1-for-1, a draw in this 2-game series.
Yeah, and we said it earlier, but the game really did just completely turn on taking compared to the first one. Much better played here by First Departure. They looked more serious as a team. Miracle, signature kind of style, and one of his heroes, but more combat build than just last sets. This time, 821 GPM. Killed it. Dazzle Terrorblade, new Dazzle Huskar, so expect to see more of that.
Alright. Well, I guess we won't find out today as we won't see FD again today, but we will see Mineski. They're playing up against Trust in our next series of the day, so I think we'll take a little bit of a break, but after that we're back with that particular 2-game series. My name's Dragon Drop, I'm joined by Modpax, and as we have a little bit of a break, we can also do our shameless plugs. Modpax, where can I find you?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at Modpax. I'll usually be tweeting out some stupid stats or things like that, and sometimes I do stream on Twitch, but just follow my Twitter. That's where everything is.
And if you're already at it, you can also follow me at DragonDropDota.